Right, what's going on, guys? Assalamu alaikum. I hope everyone's okay. I'm not in Pakistan. I've come back to London. It's been an amazing experience in Pakistan. I've been there for almost 1 month. I've actually spent my birthday in Pakistan. I've spent my 29th birthday in Pakistan. For those who don't know what this is mate. This is an Argentinian tea. And literally, you grab a flask, hot water, and you just pour it down like this. And then you drink it like this. It is a bit hot, but you do add a bit of sugar. It's mixed with some herbs. Anyway, today's video is about Pakistan. First of all, I want to say Pakistan's Zindabad. It's one of the most beautiful countries that I've ever been to. Right now I'm in London. I'm currently in my mum's house. So I walk around. I'm not going to show you around the house in case people try to kill me or realise, that they know where I live. But yeah, what's the weather like? It's raining, right? Right now it's raining in London. It looks a bit shit. But let me show you the weather. It's the weather in the UK. Right now it's raining. Hello. Right. It's bad. Okay. Anyway, guys. So basically, yeah, I am back in London, and I've been here for almost like 1 month. I've been here in London, and people are like, why did you go to Pakistan? Why Pakistan? Out of all places, why the heck would you go to Pakistan? Basically, guys, I've spent 1 month in this amazing country, and my plan was to actually go to Pakistan about 2 years ago in 2020. That was my plan, to go to Pakistan and to understand the Pakistani community, to understand the beautiness of this country. The problem is Pakistan has got a very negative image when it comes to the Western world, when it comes to Western countries. Obviously, it's a shame, but the problem is, to be able to understand these countries, you need to be able to go there. There's no point of being a sheep and following the crowd and say, yep, it's a dangerous country, it's a terrorist country. Put the politics aside. With Pakistan, it's one of the most hospitable countries I've ever been to. It's probably the safest country I've ever been to. I've travelled to South America, I've been to Brazil, I've been to Argentina, I've been to Africa, I've been to the USA, I've been to Europe, I've been to Southeast Asia. And in terms of security, Pakistan is #1. This video is not here to promote tourism in Pakistan. I've not been paid because I'm an independent brand, Blackman the Traveller. Pakistan is one of the most safest countries I've ever been to. Hands down, security is on point. When it comes to tourists, I don't know what the situation is with the local citizens of Pakistan, but it's one of the most safest countries I've been to in my life. So today's video is going to be a Q&A video about Pakistan and why I went to Pakistan. So basically, the journey started in 2020. Planning to go to this country. My plan was to go to India and to be based in India, and I was meant to go to Pakistan for like 3 weeks, then come back, then go Bangladesh, then come back, then go Nepal. So India was meant to be my hub, but obviously the pandemic hit and I couldn't go. So I've planned this trip to go to Pakistan, and I started off in Islamabad. Islamabad is a city that is it's very clean, it's very modern. It has a lot of international franchise food brands such as Pizza Hut, Domino's, McDonald's, Subway. Islamabad is not your actual city that you think that is not westernized. They've got a lot of international brands over there. Nighttown, Adidas. I think they did have Zara. I'm not too sure. But Islamabad is one of the most cleanest cities that I've been to. It's quite brand new. I think it's like 40 or 60 years, Islamabad. So it's quite a new city. I'm gonna answer some questions, some Q&A questions. So basically, someone said to me, what is the best city that you've been to Pakistan? The best city I've been to Pakistan, I would probably say, will probably be, I would say Karachi, because I have met the African community in Pakistan, the Makran or the Sahidis, and I've met a bunch of cool people. I met a local rapper that is based in Karachi, and he gave me a tour around his neighborhood. And Karachi is busy, man. It's a busy city. It's overly populated. It's got so many things going on. So I would say Karachi. Let me just turn the camera around and see how many questions people want to ask me. So, question number 1. This person, Harun. Which food you like the most in Pakistan, both in sweets and others? Okay, so question number 1. The best food I liked in Pakistan, I would say, will be mutton. Mutton, I think, is a Pakistani, Afghanistani dish. It's beef, and then I think they chop it down, and then they put some onions, they put some peppers, some spices, and then they mix it up a bit, and then they deep fry it, and you can have it with rice. You can have it with some salad. So I would say that will probably be my best dish I've had. In terms of sweets in Pakistan, I remember eating so much things. I can't remember the name of the sweets. So to answer your question, Haroon, that will be my best place that I've been to Pakistan. Paul Walker, what are the most favourable places for black families to visit? I don't know how I can answer that. I've been to 23 countries, so I travel individually or I travel sometimes with my partner. So in terms of black families, I would just say go to any country, come out of your comfort zone and go to countries where you think that will be beneficial amongst you, and just experience it really and truly. Another question. So I've got this person called Zia. How would you describe the life of Pakistani people? So Zia, the way I'll describe Pakistani people, I would say they are polite. They are very respectful people. They are very honest people. That's just judging from my one month experience in Pakistan. They're very hospitable, and they're intrigued. When I was in Pakistan, everyone's intrigued to understand where you're from. They're very fascinated to see a person of colour or to see someone that's not Pakistani descent. So they're very intrigued. They ask a lot of questions. They'll say, come to my house, drink chai tea. You don't get it in England, not be rude. If someone says, oh, do you want to come to my house in London? You'll be like, what? F off, mate. In the UK, the culture is very different over here in the UK. So the best way to describe Pakistani people is hospitable. One of the most best people that I've ever seen in my life, and they are very cool. Well, I'm getting a lot of questions. Someone says come to Bangladesh. I will be going to Bangladesh soon. Okay, I'm going to answer this one. Cat something. Would you visit Pakistan again, and which places would you recommend? Yes, I do plan to come to Pakistan again next year. I plan to come to, but I just got to sort out certain stuff, certain issues. I'll definitely come to Pakistan, but this time when I go to Pakistan, I will be going to the north. Reason why is because I did go to the north, but the furthest I went was Kalash. My plan was to go to Gilgit and Hunter and Skadadul, but the roads were not safe. I was scared at some moments, like, because if you see the roads, like, they were literally tipping over. So I was a bit, I was like, I'm not too sure. But I will be going back to the north. I will be going to Hansa, Skardul, and also I will be focusing more in the villages in the north when I go back to Pakistan. The reason why is because there's a lot of villages that have not been discovered by Western people or people that are not from Pakistan. And I believe if I go to the villages and I can film the way people live, the agriculture sector, the village people, it will be very interesting to put that on camera and to show people how people actually live. Because I think to travel a country, I prefer villages because that's where the culture comes from. You know, back home, you know, and then they implement those cultures within the bigger mega cities. So I will be going to the north of Pakistan. Someone said, Naomi, how can you afford it? I want to ride a motorbike from London to Pakistan, but responsibilities, i.e. family, job, etc., just kill me. Hey, Naomi's getting deep. Naomi, how can you afford it? First of all, you can't ride a motorbike from London to Pakistan. It's impossible unless you cut through all the way through Afghanistan, and then you're going to go through all these borders, which is probably going to be a myth. And then, unless you're lucky, and then to get to London, you're going to have to put your motorbike on the ferry. You can't drive to London from Pakistan. Not being rude. So I don't know how to answer that question. Sorry. Journey with Jasmine. What made you want to travel and document it? So Journey with Jasmine, the reason why I wanted to document Pakistan is because it's a country that's been misled by Western propaganda, and my plan was to go there and to show people the real hospitality of Pakistan. I grew up with a lot of Pakistani people in London. I'm from East London in Stratford and Newham. Newham is probably one of the most diverse boroughs in the whole of the UK. We have so many nationalities in Newham. So my plan was to come here and to understand Pakistan as a country. And I grew up with a lot of Pakistani friends, so I used to go to the masjid and pray salah. The majority of people in my area are from like Pakistan, Bangladesh, African descent, Caribbean. And they used to show me videos about Pakistan, and I thought, you know what, I might as well go there. I don't really believe in what the media portrays. So I think it's better if you want to learn something or understand something. It's better that you see it with your own eyes and experience it through your own eyes instead of just watching it on TV. So that's what made me want to go to Pakistan and document my stay. Man, guys, try this mate. But add sugar. Make sure you add sugar. Right. Okay. Benzema, would you visit South Sudan? Yes, I will visit South Sudan. Actually, I'm going to make a separate video about going to Africa, and I will definitely visit South Sudan 100%. 100%. What languages are you attracted to learning? I wouldn't mind learn any language. I've got no problems in learning any language at all. I have no problem, and yeah, I'm open. Another question, Curtis Davis. How's the weather in Pakistan? 90s, breezy? What's going on, Kurt Davis? Kurt Davis, man, you sound like a football player. I'm pretty sure there was someone called Kurt Davis. I'm sure. Anyway, the weather in Pakistan was amazing. It was so hot. I remember the hottest place in Pakistan it was in Faisalabad. It was like 40 something degrees at three something. That was literally insane. 40 degrees. It was the hottest. I was filming. I remember I was near Clock Tower. Literally got some food, done the vlogging, and then my camera was burning. So literally, I went back into my hotel, stayed in the AC. Exactly what I done. So the hottest place in Pakistan was Faisalabad, and after that it was Jhelum. Jhelum was so hot. But Pakistan was amazing. The weather was very hot. It only rained once. I only experienced rain once, and that was actually the only time it rained was when I was in Islamabad. It rained for like 20 minutes. It was like chucking down with rain. I remember I was with Backpacker Ben, another fellow content creator from the UK, and we was like in the car spilling my water. But yeah, it was the weather was amazing. It was super hot, very hot. Right. Khatib Urdu, do you have plan to marry a Pakistani girl? Khatiba, I'm married. I'm sorry. I don't plan to marry a Pakistani girl. Pakistani girls are actually beautiful. Big up the Pakistani girls. They are very cool. And yeah, I'm married. I apologise. Beverly James, why are the women and children afraid to look at you? I find it very strange, but men are in awe of you. Right. First of all, guys, Pakistan is a country that is. First of all, Pakistan is an Islamic country. So, in Islam, you're not allowed to interact with females that are not your wife. You're not allowed to film ladies on camera. There's certain videos that I filmed ladies, and I actually forgot to blur their faces out, so I do apologise if I affected anyone within the Pakistani community in Pakistan. I apologise on my behalf. When I do come to Pakistan again, I won't be putting ladies on camera without their consent. The reason why you see a lot of men in the streets of Pakistan, like I said, it is an Islamic country. You need to follow the rules and regulations and understand cultures when you go to these countries. There are women in the streets in Pakistan, but I just don't get them on camera because it is first disrespectful in their culture, so I need to respect their culture. So some videos you will see women in my videos, some videos you will see women walking around, but I just don't get them on camera. I intend to interact with men, because if I imagine me walking in the streets of Karachi, Lahore, and then there's like 5 women, and I'm just going to stick the camera in front of them, and then they're not going to feel comfortable, because obviously the society that they live in, so I need to respect their culture and beliefs. So yeah, there are women in my videos and there are women in Pakistan, but I just don't get them on camera. So that's to answer your question. Why not Afghanistan? I will go to Afghanistan. India, I will be going to India. Wow, there was a lot of questions. Okay. Right. What other ones? Wow. I don't have a question. Okay, beautiful nature. Okay, Bilal. What do you think about Pakistan before coming to Pakistan? And you find the same thing you think of knowledge? Right, so before coming to Pakistan, I had knowledge about Pakistan because, like I said, I grew up with a lot of Pakistani people in my area. My knowledge is it's not going to be what the media portrays. And now I've left Pakistan, I still think it's the same. It's beautiful, it's raw, it's authentic, it's hospitable. It's one of the best countries I've been to, so... Do you have a particular country you'd like to settle in? I would love to live in the UK or maybe Argentina. I don't know. Just have to see where life takes me. Right. Okay, I think, right, let me just see this. I think I've got some questions. I think I've got some questions on my DMs. Right, let me check. Right, on my Instagram, these are all the requests I have. Guys, it's very hard. I can't really open up all these requests. So let's go. And let me just see. Let me see which one's interesting. Some people do send some weird stuff, so I want to see if people. Okay, yo, I'm going to travel soon. Want to know what camera you film on YouTube? Inspired to share my journey. Right, guys, I film with a Sony FDR X3000. It's the same camera that Bold and Bancroft uses. Yeah, it's one of the most. It's very compatible. Films in 4K. It is soundproof. It's not waterproof, but it is definitely a camera I would recommend you guys to use. 100%. It's one of the best cameras that's available. It's very old, but it does the job. Okay. So guys, my God, these messages are quite long. Wow, 1 week ago. Right, it's impossible. I can't be opening all these messages. Right, it doesn't stop. Look at that. Right, let me see if there's any more. Alright, Haroon, how many family members do you have plus siblings, or what is your qualification? Wow, okay. Haroon, so you sound like 12, like the police. Haroon, I have a big family. I've got one brother and 4 sisters, and I don't have no qualifications. I didn't do well in school. I got literally two GCSEs. I'm proud of it. I got 2 GCSEs. I worked as a chef. I worked as a kitchen porter, washing plates. I worked as a waiter. I done delivery. But I'm surviving. Life is what you make it. So that's my qualifications. Literally. Those are my qualifications. But yeah. Right, 2 more questions. Come to Somalia. I will be going to Somalia. It's one of my plans. One word for Pakistan. Zindabad. Pakistan is beautiful. Pakistan is peaceful. Pakistan is hospitable. Pakistan is safe. Pakistan is interesting. Pakistan is diverse. So 100%. So basically, guys, I will definitely recommend you guys travel to Pakistan. Don't be scared. It is one of the most cheapest countries in the world, by the way, as well. It's very cheap. I'll definitely recommend you guys to go to Pakistan. It is very safe. That's just me talking from my experience. And also there's been many travel vloggers have been there. Wandering Emma, Backpacking Ben, Callum Abroad, Jeff Perry, Del Phillip, Luke Domain, Go With Ali, World Normac, Harry Jard, Eva, the famous lady. There's been many people that be going to Pakistan. So if all of these content creators can go to Pakistan and film there and come back alive, you guys don't think that's safe? You don't have that question mark. Hold on a minute. How can all these travel vloggers go to Pakistan and film? There's been many solo female travel vloggers have gone to Pakistan. There's been so many male couples, like males. There have been so many solo guys that have been to Pakistan. So definitely recommend you guys go there, experience it. That was a tongue twister. I couldn't get certain words out. I definitely recommend you guys go to Pakistan. I went when it was summertime. It was so hot. So I went in May, literally. And apparently the best time to go to Pakistan is January, February, when it's more cooler and the weather is better. But guys, go. Flights are cheap, but I flew from America. Flights are super cheap to go to Pakistan from Europe. It's not expensive. Visas, literally it took me like a 1 month. No, it took me like literally 3 weeks to get my visa. So let me see this. Yeah, literally it took me like 3 weeks to get my visa. So I applied for my visa. There's 2 ways to go to Pakistan. You can either get an invitation letter or you can do a tour. You got to book a tour to go to Pakistan. You can't just turn up in Pakistan. It is one of the most hardest countries to go to because of the security agencies that work for them and they try to protect the country. That's why it's one of the most hardest countries to go to. So the visa cost me roughly about, I think it was like £40-50. I paid $75 for my invitation letter. So I got a contact through Wandering Emma. She's a solo female traveller from Scotland. Just type her on YouTube, you see her. So she gave me a reference, and then yeah, the guy done the job. I got my letter within 48 hours, and then it took me 3 weeks to get my visa. The platforms that I use is Couchsurfing, Homestay. So it's one of the best platforms to use in Pakistan. Couchsurfing is very good because you only pay £4 to maintain your account. Homestay is also good, but it's a bit expensive, similar to Airbnb. But Hostel World is a very good platform. So I'll definitely recommend in Pakistan when you go for accommodation. I would say Couchsurfing, and I would say Hostel World. 100% those two. Homestay is a bit 50-50. Transportation wise, use public transportation in Pakistan. It's super cheap. You get to experience some crazy stuff you don't see where you come from. You get to mingle with the locals. Don't use Uber. Uber does work in Pakistan. They've got Careem, is another app as well. I've used Careem and Uber a couple of times. I'm not gonna lie to you because the journeys are too far. But local transportation, super cheap. When it comes to money, I use Bank Al Afla. I've got a UK bank, so I would definitely recommend Bank Al Afla. They do charge a percentage when you do withdraw money. You can go to Western Unions, it's not a problem. So in terms of money, you're good. You can either go there with cash, go to Western Union, they'll give you a very good exchange rate. I bought my SIM card in the town. So when it comes to SIM cards, you need to register with your passport. You need to register with your visa application form. There should be like a number of a visa application. So you go to any phone shop, it takes about 10 minutes. The second time you go to Pakistan, apparently to get another SIM card, you have to pay tax. I don't know why, that's a bit weird, but I've still got my SIM card. I don't care. But anyway, what is the time? It's 12:11, and life is about the journey. So literally, that's my motto. Life is about the journey. Experience life. Guys, go to Pakistan, experience it. One thing I want to say, the videos that I put out on YouTube, I hope they've inspired people to also travel, not just to Pakistan, but to travel around the world, experience life, understand cultures, come out of your comfort zone. Please travel. All the videos, I would like to say, I hope you guys have enjoyed it. One more thing I would like to highlight is the video that I went to in all-girls school. Please, guys, support that school. Support the girls that actually go there. Big up the girls that go to that school, because that school, the Working Girls Hostel, it was a random video and it was beautiful. I had no idea that the girls took the camera, they were singing the national anthem, they were expressing their feelings. Those are the type of content that we need to put out on YouTube. You know, when you capture those moments, because when you put stuff out on YouTube, it's forever going to be there unless it gets demonetized. But videos like that are going to inspire people, not just in traveling, but inspiring people in all walks of life in general. So I hope you guys have enjoyed my Pakistani series. And basically, my next destination, I will be going to India. I'll be spending 3 weeks in India, and it's going to be interesting. I don't know if I'm going to get the same reception that I had in Pakistan when I go to India, but let's see what happens. So I'll be based in India for the next 3 weeks. I'm leaving next week. Today, I'm going to show you the date so you guys actually know where I am and the time. So it is June the 18th, yeah. This is London time, by the way. Okay, London time. So my plan is to go to India. I'm going to experience India, and then I'll be coming back to London. I've got some more Pakistani vlogs coming out. My last video of Pakistan is going to be about the African community, the Sahidis community. Guys, please pay attention, understand the culture, embrace that video. I hope that video inspires you, and I will be making a separate video about being black traveling the world. Anyway, Blackman the Traveller, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Pakistan, Zindabad. Guys, don't be scared, go to Pakistan, yeah? That's all I can say. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.